Fortnite Season 2 will have Greek gods and titans on the island. The first is already here, and this will play a huge role for the following months. There's a lot of mysteries, evidence, and theories to dive into, and it all starts at Ruin Reels. Here, a massive earthquake has revealed the hand of a titan breaking through the ground. This confirms the theme of Season 2 being ancient Greece, but look closely and you'll see a chest dangling from the chains. Been a long time since we got a mini event like this, so we'll have to work together to open the box. Valeria, one of the current Battle Pass skins, is looking into this chest, trying to discover its secrets. After reading up on the history of the island, the Zero Point, and the Omniverse itself, she learns who it belongs to. This is Pandora's box. As a community, we'll have to break the chain in game, allowing it to hit the ground and break open. This reveals what's inside. There's also leaks that talk about some kind of funnel vortex. Will Pandora's box unleash an apocalypse on the island? In Greek mythology, this is known as something you don't want to open. But hey, it is Fortnite, so why not? With Season 2 dropping around March 8th, the amount of confirmed information is overwhelming. Let's talk about the next thing. We weren't expecting this, but our first Season 2 Battle Pass skin is on the island right now. Meet Odyssey, who's walking around Ruin Reels as we speak. Now, of course, this POI is themed around ancient Greece, so it's a likely place for her to be, okay? You're probably thinking she's a little basic for a Battle Pass skin, but this is her base style. There's an unreleased gold version in the files, and the surveys might reveal her true identity, but I'll get to that soon. There's a huge mystery around Odyssey, who says she could feel an ancient power growing on the island. While talking to her, she'll also explain that she is merely a traveler following the path of ancient insight, and confirms that Fortnite has been teasing Greek mythology all along. She mentions that medallions are shards of mysterious power from a long-gone history. Doesn't explain what Peter Griffin has one, but okay. She does explain that the mosaic is the key to what's coming. It bears a warning. Once Pandora's box is open, we'll unlock challenges full of these mosaic pieces. It'll be in the quest tab like Fort Bites, and as you collect them, the full picture will be revealed. Here's the image in its entirety. It's the official teaser for Season 2, with the obvious focus being the 3 dog heads. This is, of course, Cerberus, the famous 3-headed hound from the underworld. In fact, I think this image is showing the underworld, with the souls of the dead rising from fire, and how Pandora's box is gonna unleash these horrors onto the island. If you look in the corners of the image, you'll see a sun and a lyre, which I think is teasing Apollo. Apollo is the Greek god of the sun, but he's also known for playing a lyre and being the god of music and dance. Heading back to Cerberus, he is getting his own backbling called Grim Emblem. Really feels like he'll be the villain of Season 2, and it gets 10 times more interesting when you realize the mosaic will be a loading screen. Why is that important? Well, it has a name teasing how this image is Odyssey's origin. What was once myth will become legend, so clearly Odyssey isn't just a traveler, there is more to her than we think. Now what about the obvious teaser that we kinda glossed over? You're probably thinking all of this is cool, but come on Tommy, there's a huge arm sticking out of the ground. Who is this? Well, in the files they simply call it a titan hand, but I'm starting to think he has a secret identity. This guy is covered in molten lava and is chained to Pandora's box. Surely he is more important than we think. Well, in Greek mythology, there was a titan who was the god of fire, Prometheus. He's one of the most famous titans out there. He stole fire from the gods and gave it to humanity. His punishment was to be chained to a rock while an eagle came and ate his liver every single day. It's a little gross, but it would fit perfectly with Fortnite's giant hand. Eventually, Prometheus is set free by Hercules, so if this is his arm, maybe we'll see a continuation of this story in Season 2. Okay, so from the teasers, we figured out that Apollo, Cerberus, and Odyssey will be coming to Fortnite next season. But who else could be featured in the Battle Pass? You'd be surprised how many skins have already been leaked by Epic themselves. Thanks to surveys, players have found a ton of Greek gods that could appear in Season 2. This guy with blue glasses and winged shoes is definitely Hermes. In mythology, he was the messenger of the gods, who would deliver their wishes to humans with his winged sandals. People even found alternate styles for Hermes where he's fully decked out in silver armor and he looks awesome. There's also this super armored warrior, and we're not sure who this could be, but if it's related to Season 2, it might be Ares, the god of war. Ares is known for wearing the armor of a soldier, and maybe he'll bring spears to the game. That'd be a pretty sick item to throw at enemies. Now let's talk about Odyssey. This NPC isn't a Greek god. The Odyssey was a book written by Homer, which told the stories of Odysseus. So we're thinking she's either an original character, or, hear me out, a secret goddess in disguise. Let me explain. In the surveys, leakers have found a 3rd edit style for Odyssey, showing her in full armor with a flame crest on her helmet. Some fans believe she is secretly Athena, the goddess of wisdom, craft, and warfare. That's just a theory, but I am convinced that this outfit is Aphrodite, the goddess of love. I mean, come on, she literally has a huge heart on her shoulder. She could be joined by this outfit. From the quiver full of arrows and the ethereal design, we think this is Artemis, the god of hunting. Of course, I talked about Apollo Apollo earlier, not only was he teasing the mosaic, but Fortnite has gone a different route with his design. His skin is probably the most modernized version. They gave Apollo headphones, so maybe he's not playing a lyre, but he's some sort of like ancient DJ. And the leaks keep coming though, with Hephaestus, the god of blacksmiths and volcanoes. If this is him, it'll be an instant purchase. But you can't have Greek mythology without the god of the underworld, and this one gets interesting because there's 3 candidates who might be Hades. This guy literally has an H on his chest with a staff, or there's this character who is chained up and has arms made of fire. Pretty cool, but maybe they went with a female version, and that could explain this character who's made of blue fire just like Disney's Hercules. Now you can't have Hades without his wife, Persephone. This skin is wearing a half-white, half-black outfit, which could show how one part of Persephone is the goddess of the underworld, while the other half is before Hades kidnapped her. Now I mentioned the Minotaur earlier. If you're familiar with Greek myths, you'll know all about this guy, and thanks to the surveys, we have learned he is arriving next season. Okay, I know what you're thinking, that's a human, the Minotaur is half bull. Well, pay attention to his tattoo and outfit. Here is the creature we all know and love. But yeah, Fortnite's version is gonna let you transform between the human form and monster variant. It's pretty awesome. He's not the only mythological creature to appear. We've already established that Cerberus is 100% confirmed, and now we have got our first look. The 3 heads are an interesting choice. Will they give us like a bigger hitbox or something? One thing's for sure, I am getting a tier 100 vibe from this guy. And let's not forget about Medusa, easily one of the coolest from the survey. Now that is a lot of skins to choose from. Not everyone will make it, but when it comes to Season 2's Greek theme, it's not just outfits, we're also getting huge new POIs on the map. I would love to see Mount Olympus on here. But sadly, we couldn't find a Zeus in the surveys, but he is literally the king of gods. He has to appear, and what better way to do so than making him a boss at Mount Olympus. I even made my own version of Zeus because I'm that excited, so imagine if they gave him a lightning bolt mythic to strike us with. So if we're facing off against Hades and Cerberus, that also means we'll need the underworld on the map. Maybe we'll have to take the riverboat to get there, or Fortnite could just use Pandora's box as an excuse to bring it above the surface. Not to mention the Minotaur could have an insane POI if Epic wanted to seize the potential. He's known for being trapped in a labyrinth, one of the hardest mazes in the world. Even the man who designed it couldn't complete it. So why not give us a maze POI with the Minotaur as a boss that chases us around? And I haven't even brought up the most famous Greek myth of all, the Trojan horse. We need this in Fortnite. It would be such a fun POI. Imagine if Epic replaced a giant horse with a llama. I'd love for them to add Easter eggs around the map too, maybe even bring back boulders for Sisyphus. What about the collabs that could release in Season 2? I mean, it's pretty hard to branch out from Greek mythology, but there are 2 crossovers that would be perfect, like a Percy Jackson. The brand new show just wrapped up on Disney Plus, and the entire premise is about Greek gods and monsters. Percy would be an incredible addition to the Battle Pass, but some fans want a less family-friendly character. Kratos is already in Fortnite, but this is the rebooted version of him where he's in Norse world. The classic Kratos is from Greek mythology, and he would look insane if they brought him back. And he wouldn't be the greatest character to return. There's one person everyone is expecting back next season. He doesn't belong to a collab, yet he is still just as iconic. Of course, I'm talking about Midas. In Chapter 2, he was inspired by the Greek myth of King Midas, who was so greedy that he was cursed with the golden touch, allowing him to become mega rich until one day he touched his own daughter, turning her to solid gold. This tale was meant to be cautionary and shows the effects of greed and karma, while Fortnite's version turned him into a syndicate boss who wanted to save the world. Since then, we have had countless hints that Midas will make a return, from secret NPC dialogue to his old yacht and chair appearing in Chapter 5, but most importantly, pay attention to the Society. These are the guys who kidnapped Peely, and right now they're the ones working in the shadows. According to Odyssey, they are chasing powers they don't understand. The leader of the Society is Valeria, the person who uncovered Pandora's box and is trying to learn about everything. One theory says she might just be a puppet leader working for Midas himself. The Society's logo looks similar to his hand and eye, and recently we got leaks that Midas would be getting an LTM in Season 2. To make things even more convincing, Fortnite just worked with PowerA to release a Midas Xbox controller, so either they're teasing something or they really like a character no one can buy anymore. If they do bring him to Season 2, I hope it'll be more faithful to the Greek legend King Midas rather than a crime boss. Either way, if you want to learn everything you need to know about Season 2, click on screen right now. It's been Tommy, and keep it here on Top 5 Gaming.